What's up, everybody? Uncanny Omar here. Hope you're having a good day, good morning, evening, afternoon, Sunday, wherever you're located. Today, we're going to be talking about some Saturday live stream comic books, collected editions mainly. That's what we do on the channel if you're new here. And yeah, this is a Q&A, so fire away. I'm going to be by myself, and today it's going to the Astonishing Melanie and myself and our family, we're going to go to a convention. We haven't been to a comic convention in so long, so we're going back to our town that we grew up in. So it's a small little con, and I'm probably going to cover it, probably get the camera out there to cover it, just to do a little walkthrough to show people what it's like. But yeah, welcome everybody. What's up, buddy? I want that Darkwing Duck comic. Oh, the one that you saw on the thumbnail. Dude, that thing is more than a Darkwing comic. It's a Disney afternoon collection. It's crazy. I thought it was going to be a Darkwing comic too, just Darkwing Duck, but it's got the crossover with the Disney afternoon characters in there. Let's not call it that ever again. Fargate, silly name. And I think Mad Dog's the one that came up with that. I'm gonna whoop him for calling it that. To answer your question, yes. I made an announcement on the Patreon, but yes, I did. The comments, whether they were good or bad, I did let Marvel know about the spines. So for those of you that chiming in, the spines on the Silver H books this is gonna be the way they look, like Captain America Volume 3. I have the covers for Amazing Spider-Man with the spines. The reprint of Volume 2 that will come out later this year, so I'll share those on our social media. Cool t-shirt, dude. Thank you, man. My brother got me this when he was in Ireland. So, buenos dias, hermano. You think Marvel will reprint classic OHC like Extinction Agenda, Bishop's Crossing? Probably, yeah, absolutely. But probably not in OHC format, but definitely in some kind of oversized hardcover format. Peace and love from Malaysia. Peace and love back to you, my brother. Barry Windsor Smith. Oh, look at you versus John Buscema Conan. Who wins? I'm going to go ahead and say John Buscema, Big John. I like how sketchy his art was. I like how dirty his Conan looked. Whereas Barry Windsor Smith's Conan was pretty clean cut. Kind of had a pretty face to him. I like Buscema's Conan. He looked rugged. He looked awesome. Haha, what's up, Mike Irish? Are we getting an oversized 3 Jokers? Also love the t-shirt, buddy. Thank you so much. Was it Jason Fabok? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Probably wrong. But the artist on the book said that there is a deluxe edition coming out in 2022. I haven't seen it in any catalog, though. Then again, sometimes the creators are always the last to know. I mean, look at, for example, Scott Snyder telling us we've been getting a DC Metal Omnibus for the last 3 or 4 years. What's up, JT Gamer? How you doing, buddy? You found a new 3DS XL. Congratulations. Hello from Sydney, by the way. Should be asleep, but this is too good. Good. Thank you for being here. Yeah, today we're gonna cut it a little short, so I wanted to start it early. I love doing this segment, so I didn't want to not do it. Panini X-Men 4 finishes Hoxpox and has X-Men 1 and 2 and 5 will have at least X-Men 3 and start Excalibur. Still unsure of how much Dawn they'll cover, but already off the Docs trade mapping. Wow, they're already there, huh? That's crazy. Is that where you are, dude? You're in Nova Scotia? That's awesome, dude. Omni Dog variant. Is that what you're calling yourselves these days, dude? That's awesome. Joe Fox, hi, Green from East Anglia in the UK. Still loving your Hidden Gems video. All the best, Joanne. Thank you so much. That I'm so glad I brought that segment back. There will be another one, I think, next week or the week after that. Usually my last week, it's one of my busiest videos are. So, I'm also going to, it looks like the patrons voted for the Usagi Yojimbo reading order. Just in time for the reprint of that slipcase if you haven't picked it up. Did the Harrow County Library Harrow County Library editions get reprinted already? No, they did not. They canceled the reprints for 3 and 4, I think. So I think they just did a reprint of 1 and 2. I did ask my I had 5 questions for my Dark Horse representative contact over there. And she is super busy, and all she doesn't know about the shipment, what's going on with those particular books, like Harold County Volumes 3 and 4, or if they're ever going to do BPRD. But she did tell me, and rest assured for anybody that has been asking me, that Berserk will stay in print from Dark Horse. So even if it's out of print right now, it will come back into print for those people that have been asking me. Unless you want to pay over cover price, that's what you do with your money is your business. I'm just here to let you know that they will come back into print. Harrisburg, North Carolina. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Finished reading Day Tripper for the 4th time because a guest has selected it as their book to cover on my podcast. So many tears, but it's amazing. Chris, can you please share your podcast in the comment section? I'll be happy to highlight it, my dude. Happy to have you here. Wolverine Volume 2 is still scheduled for that first week of October. So, yes, it is still coming out. Omar, I saw your video on the Sorcerer Supreme Omnis, and I just had to get that. Really? All right, man. That's awesome. I was stupid, man. I sold those because I wanted to go the epic way. And then when they announced the Volume 3 to wrap up that series, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and rebuy them again. Luckily, I was able to find them liquidated, though. Or, I'm sorry, at liquidated prices from D-Header on eBay. Hey, Omar, any new Marvel announcements today? Coming soon? P.S. Tell Marvel that Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 5, if and when with the new spine is a no, there will be a riot. Well, if you're just getting here, I mean, I have I put it on a message on our Patreon. I did let Marvel know about some of the concerns about the spines. At the end of the day, it is their business what they decide to do. So I don't work for them. I'm just the messenger, just like I'm the messenger for you guys or for you all when I'm let you all know when things are coming out. So all I know so far is that Fantastic Four Silver Age is being replaced with these spines. Captain America is being replaced with these spines, and the Amazing Spider-Man Silver Age is being replaced by those spines. And I'll be sharing the spines of Volume 2 reprint with the covers of Amazing Spider-Man on our social media today. And there was something else too. I think the Fantastic Four Volume 1, when it gets reprinted, the Silver Age will have that. So that's all I know so far. Don't kill the messenger. What an excellent question from my buddy Super Laugh Hard. What, in your opinion, is the single best adaptation from comic book to film? That is an excellent question. Oh my goodness. That is so hard to answer, though. I don't know, man. It's tough. Because adaptation is one thing, right? It cannot be the same thing. We're talking about two different mediums. So for me, I think one of them, it has to be Days of Future Past. I really enjoyed what they did with the movie version. And it's so different than, especially the road cut, for those that have seen it. Oh my goodness. This is hard. Harder than I thought. And honestly, I still think the first Avengers is perfect. And that's kind of a loose adaptation of the first Avengers comic. So, am I like the only person that doesn't mind those new spines? Only problem is the small text. No, you're not. I've also gotten a lot of messages from people that love them. I've gotten a lot of messages from people that don't care either or whether they're new spines or old spines. They just want the books. But with everything, not only do I have to report the good feedback to Marvel or any publisher for that matter, but also, have to report the bad feedback. So, end of the day, it's their business what they do. Asked this maybe a year ago, but have you thought of doing a video or maybe more of what DC, Marvel, and other American comics can learn from manga and vice versa? Was that you that asked me that? I think I remember that, Justin. I would like to do a video like that. It would take a lot of research, which would be a lot of fun, honestly, because that's the kind of stuff that I like talking about. But it's so hard, right? Like I've seen people ask me questions. I think I think videos have been popping up why manga is more popular than Western comics lately. But I think for me, that's always been a thing. Manga has always been more popular than Western comics. It's a different culture over there. And okay, so the hard thing is like what is the markup on a manga to begin with? Because you got to think like you know, you look at the sales of manga, cool, they're killing it. But how much of that is, you know, is the publisher even getting? Because they have to pay the rights for the manga to come over here. They have to have a team to translate it. So I'd be interested to know that, and like the behind the scenes of how much, you know, a markup there is. I'm sure some IP cost a lot more to renew than others. Like, for example, I'll use Dark Horse. Dark Horse lost the rights to Oh My Goddess. They can't print Oh My Goddess in America anymore, but they still hold on to the rights to Berserk. Meaning that Berserk IP probably cost a lot more than Oh My Goddess, but they know in the end that they would get a lot more money from having Berserk under their label. But that's, man, you brought up that would be something fun. How is Jurgen's cap run? Love his soups. Thor, Booster Gold. Thank you for the super chat, Rick here. I liked it. It was a lot different than Mark Waid's, and because it was coming off. By the way, they did add issue 24. I have the Omnibus, so, and they added the annuals that you all suggested. So, see, I do tell Marvel things like that. Like, don't leave out an issue, because I hate when issues are orphaned. So issue 24 was gonna, or I'm sorry, was it 24 or 25? 25 was gonna be orphaned because it wasn't written by Jurgens or by Mark Waid, but they added it in there, or issue 24 rather. So I do tell them the good and the bad. Would you recommend Charles Soule's She-Hulk run? I thought it was a good run. It was fun. And Charles Soule's She-Hulk's run, honestly, it's there with Mariko Tamaki's run. They're both good. They're not mind-blowing, like, to me, like Dan Slott's run or John Byrne. John Byrne's is my favorite run. And honestly, other than the artwork, I can't think really of a lot of memorable things that happened throughout those runs. Hi, Omar. Now that second Wolverine Omnibus is out, any chance we get Volume 1 reprinted? Jorge, yes. Look in the description of this video. I always put when the restocks are happening. Like, we have Absolute Carnage coming out. Was it Blackest Night that just came out, I think? So the restock dates are in the description of the video. I'm stuck with the new set of reprints to invest in. X-Men, Captain America. Which is a better reader value? Classic X-Men? Like Silver Age X-Men? I would go for, oh gosh, I would almost choose Cap over Silver Age X-Men. That's just, and I'm the Uncanny Omar, so that tells you a lot. But I think, honestly, the X-Men to me doesn't get good until Uncanny X-Men. And not that there's anything bad about the X-Men Silver Age stuff. It's just that to me, X-Men doesn't become X-Men until the Len Wein, Dave Cockrum, Chris Claremont era, John Byrne. Omar, are you more excited for Inferno or Onslaught storyline from Hickman? Inferno. I'm not the biggest fan of Onslaught, so probably Inferno. I still look back at the original TMNT, and The Rocketeer is great at that. Okay, The Rocketeer is such a good movie. Now, that's something I want to see collected sometime, is the Rocketeer comics. Those things were so awesome. And I know IDW did a collection of, oh my goodness, has it been 10 years ago? With new colors by, was it Laura Alred, maybe? Oh, they're so good. I want that all in one. I want an omnibus of that. Omar, are you more excited? I read that. Yep, as long as I get the content, I don't worry about the spines. And but I also, you know, I'm not saying that people that do worry about spines, their opinions are not invalid. Yeah, it's their collection too. It's their money. So just to confirm, the ASM Volume 3 reprint will have the new spine font. Yes, just to confirm, Amazing Spider-Man, all the Silver Age stuff will have the new design for the spine and the covers. Or I'm sorry, the spine. Yes. Let's see. More questions. I love that y'all are here. By the way, Melanie's mom, she's in the hospital right now. She's doing better, so hopefully she'll get out tomorrow. But they've been doing some tests. They're doing a biopsy on her lung, so my thoughts and prayers are with my mother-in-law. And Melanie should be coming back to join us a little bit later. Not sure I should be watching you, Omar. Watch your Lock and Key compendium bought it. Watch your Midwest video, bought it. Watch your Usagi Jimbo slipcase and ordered it from the US. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Budget yourself. Hey, Omar, you know what Marvel should do is print a collection of Marvel main and variant covers for all their Omnis. I'm sure buyers would love the ability to mix all their covers. You mean like front and back, or just more direct market covers? Do you know what dictates whether a Marvel OHC Omnibus received a glued binding compared to sewn? I'm curious why Marvel had glued binding for the Hickman Hoxpox or X of Swords. Depending on the printer. Depending on who printed it. You hardly see Omnis. I can think of just very few Omnis that had glued binding, but most of them have sewn binding. You get a book that big, glued binding is no bueno. Personally, I would love to see your top 5 or top 10 stories of characters in videos. Man, that's a good idea. And where you can find them? Dude, there's my buddy, Final Shadow. Big shout out to this guy. He puts the timestamps, and sometimes I copy them and put them in the description of the video for those people that want to bounce back and forth. Thank you so much for doing that, man. You don't have to. You're a true hero. I don't mind the spines either. That is an issue online, really. You hear more about negative opinions than positive. If everything is good, nobody says anything. If it's bad, the comments come out. But that's with everything, right? I remember when the what's up, Mad Boy? How you doing, buddy? I remember when The Simpsons changed from standard DVD cases to the head cases. I hated it. I was like, this is so stupid. Why are they doing this? Why are they changing this? And I ended up buying them anyway. I'm so new to the world of comics. If anyone wants to recommend me some unique and fun stories to check out, I'd appreciate it. Fun stories? Well, it really depends on what you like, man. But there's a lot of people here in the chat that will recommend some good stuff. So for me, honestly, Annihilation, when it comes back into print, it's a really good segue into the Marvel Cosmic Universe. Can't go wrong with Uncanny X-Men, baby. Superman and Batman is a lot of fun. The Omnibus, if you like the cartoons, they're a lot more like the cartoons than most comics. What's up, Cecil Glocky, or Cecil Glocky, depending on where you're from. Hey, Omar, first stream. Happy to have you here, my dude. Hey, Omar, I'm surprised you didn't say Absolute Starman for your... Oh, let me answer that. I'll tell you why. Because Starman, I think, to me, deserves to be in omnibus format. 3 omnis. I think that would do better. It's weird. When I think about, by the way, he's talking about my DC's Most Wanted Absolute Editions. When I think about these things, I also think about how much money they could make doing this. With Absolute, this is so stupid, but hear me out. With Absolute Starman, I think they would drop the project halfway through because the sales wouldn't be good enough. And that sucks. I want it to be complete. I know it's weird, right? I'm hypothetically speaking about this possible absolute, but I'm already thinking about the earnings that these books would get. I think it would earn more if it was an omnibus format. Comic fans have rarely had it better. True or false? 35 years ago, we could only dream of things being this good, in my humble opinion. No, I agree with you. It's a lot different back then. It was a lot different back then than it is here. Comic book fans have the capability to go to a Barnes & Noble, to go to a bookstore, to go to Amazon and order a specific storyline collected in a nice hardcover or in trade paperback, whereas 35 years ago, you and I and everybody else had to go, if we were lucky enough, to go to a comic book store to try to find a missing issue for our Crisis on Infinite Earths or whatever we were trying to get, or a Mutant Massacre, trying to find that issue of Power Pack that your grocery store didn't get or your pharmacy didn't get. So absolutely, we are living in some amazing times, and everything is available digitally, just about, not everything. That's crazy. You have the access of reading any stories from a tablet. I had to drive. Oh my God, I sound like an old man. Back in my day, I had to walk across snow to get to the comic books. No, I remember my mom and dad having to drive me for, oh my gosh, an hour away to go to the nearest comic book shop, to go and try to find issues, if I was lucky enough to find back issues. So, of course, we're living in some awesome times. Hey, Omar, show off that Darkwing Duck. I think my kiddo took it upstairs. I was reading it, and she found out that it's got Disney Afternoon characters. Good morning. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. I sold all my omnibuses to a comic shop in Frankfort, Illinois. I'm trying to buy a house I've been renting from my landlord for the past 14 years because he is selling. Dude, congratulations, man. I hope you get that house. I hope you get that house. Speaking of Dan Jurgens, where can I find his Spider-Man's issues? Sadly, and I say that sadly because of Dan Jurgens himself, those are only found through the Ben Reilly saga. So when Ben Reilly took the role of Spider-Man and Peter Parker and MJ decided to retire for reasons that I'm not going to say if you haven't read the story, when Ben Reilly became Spider-Man, Dan Jurgens wrote that, like kicking it off with, what was this? Was a Sensational Spider-Man #0, and he did that series. And the reason I say sadly is because he was so heartbroken. He wanted to write the character of Spider-Man for years, but Peter Parker. He didn't know about Ben Reilly, so when he came on to Spider-Man, it was Ben Reilly wearing the Spider-Man costume, and he was like, well, I guess I'll swing with the punches, roll with the punches. What is your favorite and least favorite Batman story? I get crucified for this. Every Batman question, I swear, guys. Favorite Batman story is Batman Legacy. I love Legacy. Most people probably thought I was going to say Year 2, but Year 2 is up there. Batman Legacy is my favorite Batman story. I love it. I think it's perfect. It's the return of my favorite Bat villain. My least favorite story is probably... Oh, that's a tough one. Now, I've not read every single Batman story. I haven't gone back through all the Silver Age. I tried, or the Golden Age. But for me, I think it has to be, oh my goodness, man, City of Crime, probably. And I love Stray Bullets, but I just couldn't hang with City of Crime. It just was not for me. Hi, Omar. With all the upcoming Thor Omnibus, will Marvel reprint Heroes Reborn Volume 2 and the JMS to complete the runs in Omnis? Is Walter Simonson's run still? Is it still, what's it called, in print? Okay, I just got a notice from, dude, you got to learn to spell that man's name right first, Tommy Vo. Good to see you here, my brother. Give me some Black Panther stuff, Omar. All right, man. Maybe here in the next week or so, you might hear something. Joe the Barbarian's classic. Fun stories, Carl Barks and the Don Rosa Duck comics. I can't believe I didn't suggest those. I will recommend Six Gun to everyone every week. Hi, Omar. Love the channel. Muchas gracias, Michael Valenzuela. Do you know if the Omni spines of Volume 2 of Excalibur, New Warriors, Thunderbolts, Moon Knights will match Volume 1's and not have... Oh, yeah. Okay. So to clarify, once again, the new spines moving forward are not for everything. The new spines are only for books like the Silver Age that they wanted to add an image to. So far, the only ones I know of are, of course, Defenders, the one that kicked off this look, Captain America Silver Age, Fantastic Four Silver Age, including the upcoming Fantastic Four Volume 1 reprint. There, you guys got announcement. I didn't even have to put on a suit. They are going to reprint Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1, and then we'll have the new spine. And Amazing Spider-Man, including the new reprint of Volume 2. So Volumes 2 and 3 and 5 of Spider-Man will have this new spine design. I don't know of anything else outside of that. I don't know if when they do Uncanny X-Men, they'll go to this design. I don't know if the X-Men that are coming next year will have this design. But as soon as I find out, of course, I will let you all know, and of course, share the images on our social media. Amazing Spider-Man Volumes 3 and 5 pre-order. I already have Volume 2. Maybe option to choose original font size like covers would have been nice instead of changing it completely. That's above my pay grade, man. I don't make decisions. Aside from Berserk, what's a good manga for someone just getting into it? Blade of the Immortal. If you like slice of life, if you like something cute, you can't go wrong with Yotsuba. You can't go wrong with Cheese Sweet Home. That's how I get my kids to start reading manga. Cheese Sweet Home. I love that stuff, man. And Maison Ikoku. It's a beautiful love story. I think that's the beauty of manga. They always feel like independent comics. I know when people talk about independent comics, it's adorable. Like, and I don't mean that in a demeaning way, but it is really cute to see somebody that branches outside of DC and Marvel superhero stuff to go and find independent comics. Like Strangers in Paradise, for example. I remember when my friends were reading Strangers in Paradise, they were like, there has never been anything like this in the world of comics. And I, who had been reading manga for so long, I'm like, really? That's because you guys aren't reading manga. This is what they've been doing, man. But what was the question? I think I answered it. I hope I did. What's up, Mr. Tolliver? Thank you so much for the super chat, my dude. Morning, Omar. How are you? Any update on the new spines? Are they going to change them back? Okay. You just jumped right in. No, they are not changing them back. So they're moving forward. This is the new look that they've wanted to do for a while, and they've taken this time to do it as they're having so many reprints coming out. And it's just for the ones that I've mentioned. As far as like New Warriors and Amazing Spider-Man and all that stuff that happens later on, that's going to have the logo. Like Captain America, the Dan Jurgens Captain America has the Captain America logo, the modern logo that they have. But the Silver Age stuff has that new logo designs. Fables Absolute, when it was announced, was a surprise considering how many absolutely. Yes, it did. And it surprised me too. And it's sad that they canceled it. I was so upset. Omar returns. Thanks, David. I can always count on you for making me feel old. Hey, Christina, how are you doing? Hey, Omar, was wondering if Legion of Superheroes Omnibus Volume 2 by Giffen is ever coming out. Are you hopeful? Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm hopeful. I think the first one surprisingly sold well. It's still in print. So I'm hoping that they do it to finish. We've seen crazier things that they finished out. I'm honestly surprised they're finishing out Superman Batman Omnibus Volume. That to me is crazy. But I don't know. They make some interesting decisions. That's what I can say. They're finishing out New 52 stuff too. Like that's crazy. They love the New 52 era. Speaking of absolutes, thought on Divine Right to supplement Absolute Wildcats for that, Jim. Oh, you're right. That was a big event. Yeah, you're right. I would have that in there. Dang, Omar, I thought pre-ordering Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2 a few months ago. Thought about pre-ordering. Now I checked online and they're sold out. Shaking my head. When do you think reprints will come out? Okay, so pre-orders are sold out from Diamond. I made that announcement a few months ago. Wolverine Volume 2 is coming out sold out, meaning that whatever in-stock trades, whatever dime breed collectors, whatever cheap graphic novels, whatever Tales of Wonder, whatever organic price books has, that's it. That's the only stock they're getting. They cannot reorder from Diamond. I'm sure if everyone sells out and there's enough demand for a back order now that they have a new system with PRH, the distribution center, they'll probably do a reprint. But don't freak out, Andrew, or anybody else that's listening or watching right now. Just because a book is sold out through Diamond doesn't mean that the stores are already sold out. Those books that are coming, like us at those places that I just mentioned, that's the stock they're getting. It's just that the distributors sold out. I hope that makes sense. How about watch the Long Halloween animated movie? Nope. Dude, Joker, The Killing Joke broke my heart so much I couldn't watch any more Batman stuff after that. Bad boy, your drawing did come in, my dude. I'm going to open it up. Over under 75% chance that we get a reprint of Volume 1 of JMS Spider-Man Omnibus. I don't know. Would you still take it if it had the new spines, though? There's the question. Omar, any idea if the new printing of FF Lee Kirby Volume 1 has remasters like Volumes 2 and 3? Good question. Has Volume 3 been confirmed to have remasters? I just thought Volume 2 had. I will ask. But yes, I did just do an announcement that Volume 1 is also going to be reprinted. I'm not sure when that one comes out, though. But I will definitely ask, my dude. But what will be the stopping point for the ASM Silver Age books with the new spines? I assume, since they just reprinted it, and this is, again, me just assuming, not working for Marvel, but I assume it will be the Spider-Man by Roger Stern Omnibus is where they'll stop, and that will have the new design. Just assuming. That's all I do. I love Conan and Aliens Omnibus, but I hate the thin pages. Is Marvel aware of the issue from the Turkey printer? They are. One thing that I said on the Patreon, I made a comment there, is that I do tell them the good and positive the positive and negative feedback. If it's one or two people complaining, of course I don't say anything. You got to choose your battles in life. But if it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people complaining about book thinness or the printer quality, of course I say something. But they are aware of people's complaints about the thin paper. I also don't know anything about contracts or how many books have to be printed at a particular printer or anything like that. That's stuff I don't know, nor would they tell me. Gotta run, but good to catch the stream. Enjoy the dollar bin today. Find a whale. All right, thanks, brother. Thank you so much, Riv. I appreciate it. Worst part of the new spine is the requirement of a magnifying glass to see the creators' names on the spine. Don't make me feel old, Cody. That's honestly, that would be my issue, is the font. I wish it was bigger. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I do like that, though. You know what they remind me of, honestly? Let me see if I can find one really quick. I don't have many. I've given them all away, I think. Is the Marvel Select hardcovers. You remember the Marvel Select hardcovers that have the picture down here? That's what they remind me of. And, of course, I don't have one when I need one. But that's what they remind me of. Batman Long Halloween is the best Batman story ever. Also, Omar started reading manga. I got Full Metal Alchemist. Did my drawing come? Your drawing came. I promise I'll open it up, my dude. I promise. Omar, what are the rarest books you have found out in the wild that you didn't have to pay over retail price for? Oh, dude, doing this been, oh my goodness, it's been over 35 years as I've been reading comics and shopping for comics. Man, I found a lot of good things. I found a lot of good things for you all that have me kept an eye out. I think, what was the last book I found out in the wild that I found for somebody overseas? Oh, I got excited, and I got excited for people. I still have whales. Like, I want, like, the Pandora Hearts manga box set. That's one of my biggest whales that I need. There's zero to slim chance I'm ever going to find one. My buddy Trumbo Gunn sent me, we did a trade for Absolute Promethea. That was one of my biggest whales. I'm trying to think. When X-Men Inferno was rare, I found a copy of it out in the wild, the OHC. And and they were asking half off. But nothing will ever beat the Amazon glitch of 2010. Paying $8 for an omnibus or $10.11 at Barnes & Noble. Nothing will ever beat that, man. Hey, dude, nothing. That was like Christmas. That was insanity. That was, for anybody that went through it, holy crap. The Amazon glitch of 2010 was like it's a story for generations. It's the stuff of legend. I can't believe I'm paying $8 for an omnibus. That was insane. Somebody got fired that day. Hey, Omar, what are your thoughts on Remender's Tokyo Ghost and The Last Days of American Crime Under the Radar? Will there be an HC reprint of those? I think those will get reprints. Those have to do a lot with the creators, and it's his decision to reprint them. But Tokyo Ghost out of those, freaking phenomenal. I love it. It does remind me a lot of a manga, and you have Sean Murphy on artwork. Is Defenders getting a reprint of the first volume? I think it's already available. Yeah. I'm sorry. When I was talking about new spine designs, Defenders is the one that kicked it off. Hey, Omar, any news of a reprint of Absolute Transmeasure Problem 3? We still don't have an Absolute Volume 2. So I'm thinking that maybe they're going to wait until Volume 2 gets released. I hope. How long does it take you to clean and dust in your room? Dusting? Not this cat. Hey, Omar, I have a 14-year-old brother. What should he read for me to get him into reading? His favorite character is Thor. 14 years old. What's a good Thor book? Okay. First of all, does he like reading? Does he like reading, like, books and things? Because I was going to say, honestly, some of the early stuff is hard to get into because it reads like Shakespearean English. It's like you're reading a play. Whew. But it's a lot of fun. I liked it. I know a lot of people don't, but I dug it. I mean, obviously, enough people did to continue the line. I think one of the best ones is Jason Aaron's Thor, 100%. 14 years old, reading that God Bomb story arc. Oh, dude, yes, do it. And Walter Simonson's Thor is the best Thor ever, but that's just my opinion. Tom DeFalco's Thor is very underrated, but I think Thor by Jason Aaron will get any 14-year-old kid hooked on Thor. For those who want to create their own Marvel Omnibus dust jackets, the font is called Optima, like Optimus Prime, one of the default fonts in the Mac OS. Look, little info there from Taps Logic, thank you so much. Is that Rand in the Gray World I see? Yes, I ended up buying a whole set of those. I'm doing a big manga haul sometime soon on the channel. I got the box bug, man. Oh, what's wrong with me? If you could only own one Conan Omni, which one would it be? The one that you have. I only have the Busick Omnibus at the moment. It's my favorite one. I love Roy Thomas's run. It's phenomenal. I love Savage Sword of Conan because it's a lot mature, right? Like usually boobies and stuff. Just like the 12-year-old comes out in me, I swear. But I think Busick he's the one that got me hooked on Conan, so I would go with his run. What comic stories do you think have gotten better over time and which haven't aged so well? Specific stories like have aged well like a fine wine? Man. You know, I still think a lot of the X-Men stuff I read, I think the death of Gwen Stacy is still one that's classic, that holds the test of time. Oh man, if this be my destiny from Spider-Man, those Ditko issues, 100%. To this day, they're still phenomenal. Oh gosh, what's the story where Superman is dying? Oh, dang it. Even though it's not from my favorite era, I think that story is still awesome. Where he's dying and he writes a message on the moon about every day you can be a Superman too if you treat each other nice. Oh, that's a beautiful story. Oh, you know, whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow? That's a classic. Yeah, that's aged well. What hasn't aged well? I didn't really like Onslaught to begin with. What hasn't aged well? You know, to me, something like Executioner's Song. Maybe because I read it and I was pumped for it as a kid, but rereading it now, holy moly, that stuff it's a little wordy for me. I get what Fabian Nicieza was trying to do. And those I tell you what, this is going to sound blasphemous to a lot of people. The final 3 issues of Chris Claremont's X-Men, it was like he was trying to just win so many awards, or he was getting paid by the word because they are so wordy. And that's crazy. That's what relaunched the line. But that's a good question. Gabriel Carrasco, thank you so much. Took a look at the November releases. It's brutal. Blow to my wallets. Or to everybody's wallets everywhere. Yeah, man. It's going to be rough. When is Amazing Spider-Man by David Michelinie Omnibus actually coming out? I think that's still at the end of the month, my dude. I think that's still at the end of the month. Or it might have gotten pushed back to the first week. I hope not, because that last week of July is rough. Let me look really quick. Nope, they got pushed back. You're right. To August 4th. Got pushed back to August 4th. By the way, thank you so much, Gabriel Carrasco, for the super chat. Much appreciated, my dude. Marvel should just print 10,000 copies of the Alpha Omnibus at the printers with thin paper to run out the contracts. Stop. They're going to lose money that way. I have no issues with the paper from Turkey printer. Love the Old Republic and Aliens books. What I was going to say something about that is that one of those books actually has thicker paper than the others, and it's from the same printer. So I don't know what happened there. My only problem with the new spine is the font. It was big. I wish the font was bigger. I think most people wouldn't care if the font was bigger. You think they'll do a reprint of John Carter of Mars Omnibus? I think that's a hard one to reprint, mainly because it's a license that's not owned by Marvel, so much like the case of the Stephen King books, like The Dark Tower. If it's not licensed, it's not a sure thing that it will get reprinted. So I think that one probably not. Hold on just a second. Omar, Thor by Fraction Omnibus has Journey in a Mystery 642 to 644. Should it not go to 645? Don't want them to miss an issue, and it's in the trade because of the crossover with Thor. Is that the Aftermath issue? Or, no, the Aftermath issue is in Fraction's run. I'll have to look into that, but thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you so much, my dude, Barath, for the super chat. Very nice. I've been following your channel for the last year, and I wouldn't have discovered amazing stories if it wasn't for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for rekindling my love for comics and helping build my collection. It's my birthday next week, and I'd like to support you. Oh, dude, that is so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everybody just being here. All the kind words, all the questions, and all the the super chats. They do help out. You guys are. I get just as much from these Saturday streams as you all do. So, but thank you and happy early birthday, my brother. Is there some info about the Infinite Crisis Omnibus reprint? Is that not out yet? I thought that was coming out. No, it comes out I think at the end of the month. We're on its 4th printing. Omar, I had a chance to buy the Phil Jimenez Wonder Woman Omnibus at a reduced price. Yay or nay? I'm torn. Have the complete Perez, War of the Gods, and you want 52 Omni. Okay, my honest opinion. Do you want to try to put yourself to sleep early? Try reading that book because, oh my God, I love Jimenez's artwork. It's freaking gorgeous. And at points sometimes surpasses what Perez did. But that dialogue, dude, it took me forever to get through that book. And I read it twice because I did a read-through of Wonder Woman. And I think the second time I read it, I said, nope, this is it. I'm too old for this. I can't waste my time reading stuff like this. It's just too wordy. And I don't know. I may be alone, but that would be a pass for me. Thanks to you, Omar. I finished JSA Volume 1. I see why you liked it. It's 100% character-driven. Some books just read themselves. Couldn't put it down. I'm excited to know the best is yet to come. Volume 2 is the big one for me, man. Whew. Hey, CT. Rodimus Prime. That's right, baby. For life. How much of your collection have you read? Not trying to be rude. Just curious. That's not rude. That's a good question, man. Before the channel, oh, dude, I had that. 89% is what I had it at. I'm a numbers guy, so I know exactly 89% is what I had it at, including the manga. Now, holy moly, dude, 60, I'd say 60%. Yeah, 60%, probably a little bit more, but 60%, because a lot of these stories I've already read, but I like to go back and reread them. No, you know what? It's higher than that. It's probably 69%. 69. I'm an idiot. Omar, I have a chance. Oh, sorry. I read that already. Omar's going to be telling his grandkids about the Amazon glitch. I'm going to tell that's right, man. I'm going to tell everybody about the Amazon glitch. Any chance we eventually might get a Poe Dameron Omnibus? Are you the guy that keeps asking me? Because I feel like I get asked this question so often. I don't know. Is there enough material for one? Because if Star Wars, I tell you what, it has been selling well. That's why they're printing a lot of the Legend stuff. That's why they're reprinting Darth Vader and Jason Aaron's Star Wars. As far as the classics, for people that have been asking if they're going to reprint those, classic Omnibus, probably not for a long time. Those were liquidated for a while. That's where people were telling stories about finding Omnis at Ollie's. I'll have to wait for that announcement. I promise. I have to wait for that boys hardcover announcement. I haven't read Nice House on the Lake. It's not collected yet, only 2 issues, but it's so good. That dude, Tiny, is so awesome. I love Something is Killing the Children. I can't wait for that hardcover. He's amazing, man. I do like the Valerian stuff. Cinebooks is printing those. I've got the first 6. I haven't read all of them yet. I've read 0, 1, and 2. Solid. Any chance of Aquaman by Peter David Omnibus or Aquaman Silver Age? Well, we had a slim chance for an Aquaman Silver Age. It got canceled. That was 2 years ago. We had a slim chance, or we had a good chance for an Aquaman by Peter David Complete Collections coming out. Volume 3 solicited 2 years ago and got canceled. So unless there's a new regime or something that takes over DC Collected Editions department, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to answer. I hope one day, I tell you what, if I ever get a job there, that's one that I'm pushing for. But Man of Steel first. Priorities, man. And then we get that, of course. Thanks so much, Omar. When the Omni comes out, it'll be I'll net it for both of us. All right, my dude. I'll remember that. Have you still got your Colossal Conans, or did you sell them? Nope. Still have them. I still have those books, man. Those are some of my favorite ones. When will we see announcements? My wallet needs to do some trembling. Probably starting next week and the week after. I've got some announcements. I think there's some reprints that are going to make a lot of people happy. They are in our top 20 most wanted reprints. And they're going to be really happy. New stuff. Some I didn't see coming. Some that I'm like, well, it's about time. And others that I'm like, oh, that's going to make some people happy. So that's all I can say about that. Killing Joke did not age well. I still think it's Lloyd. I still like Killing Joke. Do people have a problem with Killing Joke these days? I really don't know. I don't know. How does the internet feel about the Killing Joke? I thought it was great, man. Oh, is it because of the treat? I don't know if I want to discuss that on a Saturday morning. Hi, Omar. Is Thor Heroes Return a good starting point for Thor? Yeah, because he has a yes. He starts over again. Comes fresh from the Heroes Reborn universe, and he has a new I don't want to spoil what happens, but yes, it is a good starting point. I'm late, but hope everyone's doing good. What's up, dude? What's up? You mentioned Tom DeFalco. Let's get that 90s DeFalco, dude. Let's get the Falco Thor. Let's get the Falco FF. Let's get the Falco's Spider-Man, Spider-Girl. Spider-Girl, so good. Hi, Omar. Do you think Scarlet Spider Omni by Yost is possible? Unfortunately, I don't think it's very possible. You know, I would love to see that. I love that run. It's so good. And it's got early artwork by Ryan Stegman. He's blown up. There's always a possibility, I say. But let's get Amazing... No. Let's get Spidey 2099 made. Have you read the book Ender's Game? There's a comic for that book. I've read the book. I have not read the comic. This is awesome. I was not buying Omnis during the Amazon glitch, but I remember the TRU Amazon clearance out there. Ultra supersized Beast Wars figures for $3 to $5 each. Christmas Day, 1999. My first order. That's an awesome story, my dude. What made you not become a fan of Onslaught? I think Onslaught to me is just that era that I was getting out of comics. I was a senior in high school, getting ready. That came out the summer that it was between my senior year and my freshman year of college, and it was just kind of a way to get out. I think it just signifies what comics meant to me, and it was time to say goodbye. I did not like the treatment of a lot of the characters in that series. I didn't like where Wolverine was heading, even Larry Hama's Wolverine. I didn't like what they did with Professor Xavier. I thought the plot line with the traitor was ridiculous. So my last issue was with Professor X on a wheelchair. Was that 57 of Adjectiveless X-Men? And I think it symbolized to me for the longest time that it was time to put aside comics for a while. I was an idiot. Went to, college, women. Ugh. That was stupid. I should have stuck to reading comics. But I came back. Man. And I'm never leaving again. Astonishing. I think I've said that before. Astonishing X-Men was like a return, like welcome home kind of thing to me. Like, oh, this is where I belong. What is the most controversial comic you love but everyone else dislikes? Well, it depends, right? James, hard questions, buddy. It depends. I mean, controversial is different, right? I can name something right now that I love, but the creator's controversial, right? The creator's getting accused of things. That's controversial. I can name something that I love that a lot of people are like, oh, that's borderline creepy, but it's my taste. So that is a hard question to answer, man. I don't know. I think I'll I don't know how to answer that. I'm going to offend so many people if I answer. Well, I guess Killing Joke. I'm going to go with Killing Joke because apparently people say it's controversial these days. Thank you, Omar. Yes, I'm the guy who always asks about Star Wars Poe Dameron. I think it gets his 31 regular issues and 2 annuals. Well, my dude, you're persistent, and I like that. I'm the same way. Was Killing Joke ever good? Hot take, overrated. What? Dying Breed collectors, my dude? Are you serious? All right. I liked it. Have you ever read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I have. So I read all of part 1. I didn't like it. I hear part 2 gets better, and people have asked me to keep reading. So I probably will when I have more time. So doing this full time, it has been amazing. I started doing this full time since January. It's been phenomenal. I love doing the channel full time. I have read so much. It's insane. I was telling my wife yesterday, I'm like, I can't remember the last book I read for fun. I'm reading it for videos. I'm reading stuff for videos. And yes, they are fun, but it's a lot different than going, man, I need to go back and read that series. But that is one thing. So maybe I'll do a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure video. I heard it gets better with part 2, though. Boob Window Storm will be the first censored Marvel Omnibus cover. Oh my gosh, if they make a die cut, never mind. Just an idea. With the movie coming out, do you think they'll reprint Thor JMS or Heroes Reborn Volumes 1 and 2? I think 1 and 2 are still out in print, right? With JMS, maybe. Maybe. What's up, man? What's up? What's going on, my buddy Aaron? Just joining in, and yes, looking forward to more Spider-Man stuff. All right. All right, that's what I like to hear. More Spidey stuff. I recently learned that New Teen Titans was heavily inspired by Claremont's X-Men. Do you recommend that era of Teen Titans, or should I expect DC to reprint some of the harder-to-find Omnis Volume 3? I really hope to go back and reprint them. To me, that X-Men and New Teen Titans, there's a picture of me that Amanda took when we went to the convention in Chicago that has me between Marv Wolfman and Chris Claremont. And I'm like a little kid because we were hanging out with both of them after hours. And it was after I interviewed Claremont, and Wolfman, who apparently they're really good friends, came up, just landed from the airport, and we were all talking. So she took this picture of me between both of them, and it was like my childhood. It was New Teen Titans and X-Men. And I was like the kid in the middle going, oh my gosh. But yes, to me at one point, yeah, New Teen Titans was just as good as X-Men. I mean, is anything really just as good, though, as X-Men? Isn't the dude who wrote Ender's Game a nut? Orson Scott Clark? Or Orson Scott something. Yes. Very strongly opinionated. 69% red. I'm a man. Oh! Professor Flex. I didn't even know you were in there, man. That's hilarious. I love that joke. I'm a man of my word. You are a man of your word. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Killing Joke hated that ending. All right. All right. Any reason why Batman 3 Jokers did not make your top wanted absolute list? The art would shine in that format. It's hard to do a top 10 list because there's so many stories I want collected. It almost made it. It didn't even make it to the honorable mentions. I think because other stories to me were more important to have. Somebody asked me about what was it? I really put a lot of thought into that. Somebody asked me about the Spirit, why that didn't make the list. And I even thought about that because the Spirit isn't owned by DC anymore. I think Dynamite now owns the rights to reprinting the Spirit. So another reason why. Any chance of seeing Len Wein's Blue Beetle getting collected? I hope one day. Weirdly, Onslaught was where I hopped off comics for a while as well. Came back around 2000. Comics will always bring you back, right? You always see something that reminds you of things that you loved, and you're like, oh, I need that in my life. Omar, thoughts about the graphic novel adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune? I'm a big fan of the book, and I don't think we would have Star Wars without Dune. I'm a big fan of the book as well, and I read the book after, let me see, I was in the 8th grade when I read it the first time, and I only read it because I found, that was the year where I found out that Jodorowsky was going to do the movie with Mobius, and of course that project fell apart, and I think there's now all kinds of documentaries about that, so I read the book and I fell in love with it. I haven't read the Dune comic yet. You're talking about the one with Jay Lee on the cover, but it looks interesting. How's it going, FC? Hello, Omar. I'm a new comic reader. I managed to get a hold of a couple of Omnis. What is the easiest way to read these? I tend to read them resting on a table, but sometimes it bothers my neck. Any tips? There's cookbook holders, like wooden cookbook holders on Amazon that you can buy to rest your cookbook on as you're cooking. Well, I've seen people use those for, like, I learned that in the Marvel Masterworks forum. People put their Omnis on there to read them. I thought that was a cool, interesting way to use that. I read them everywhere, man. In bed, on the couch. My leg will fall asleep sometimes if it's a heavy omnibus without me realizing I've been reading for a long time. What can a regular civilian do to make a David Michelinie and Mark Bagley omnibus happen? Thoughts and prayers, man. That's what we do. I want that to happen too. That's one of my most wanted Spider-Man ones. Oh, this is a good question. Do you think we'll ever see an omnibus of Walter Simonson's Thor with original colors? I think the original colors will come out in epic format first. But this will be the crazy part. If they do a variant of a Thor by Walter Simonson reprint and make the direct market the original colors and the standard edition the regular covers. Can you imagine? Like the whole spine debacle will be out then. People go crazy. What do you mean the only way I can get the colors, the original colors, are supposed to be buying the direct market one? Jason Aaron Thor or Simonson's Thor? For me, Simonson's Thor, man. I love it. Love Simonson's Thor. Controversial. We all know Omar loves trouble. I hate that book with a passion. I hate that book with a passion, man. With Spider-Gwen Omni and Spider-Girl selling enough to get 4 complete collections, it seems that an Omni is due. I like to see a Silk Omnibus, too. She's grown on me a lot. But yes, I'd love to see Spider-Girl get an Omnibus. Hi, have you read Trece yet? And or watched the new Netflix? I have not. My wife and I looked for that to see if it was translated into English. So I do remember you. Anyone get Omni elbow? Is that what we call it? Oh yes, I'm sorry, Stuart. That is a good point. I always do take my dust jackets off. Every time I read, I take my dust jackets off. IKEA's got similar holders to those too. Dune is one of my favorite sci-fi stories of all time. I'm excited for the reboot. I'm excited for that movie, dude. So excited for that movie. Hi, I hope you're having a good day. In your opinion, what is the best DC Comics graphic novel? I get that this might be a hard question or just one of your favorites. I think I've done a video on my top 10 DC Omnis, but I mean, it really depends on the type of mood I'm in. Do I want to read something about so if I want to read something like crime detective stories, I want to read Gotham Central. If I want to read one of the best Superman runs, to me would be Superman Man of Steel, or really Jeff Johns' Superman is so good. If I want to see something that's character driven with a lot of different characters and a lot of different personalities, then I get something like JSA. So this is a hard question, but Day Tripper. I mean, Day Tripper is excellent. Day Tripper is one that I recommend to a lot of people, and I've had a lot of people tell me that they've enjoyed it because of my recommendation. It's a beautiful book. But Sandman, oh my gosh, Swamp Thing. Oh, there's so many. Let's see here. American Vampire Omni, this new American Vampire HC coming out. I think we have enough material after this wraps up to have a volume 2, so that would be awesome. Do you have a rough idea when your next Dread video will be up? I'm eager to hear your thoughts. I am halfway reading the case files or your custom Omnis, man. So I have a few more to read, and then I'll do a video on my favorite parts of the stories. Hey, Omar, have you read either Gwenpool or Spider-Man Deadpool runs? If so, your thoughts. I like Spider-Man Deadpool. I thought those were fun. That was Joe Kelly. Gwenpool, I still have not read a story that she captivates me or hooks me, so I really don't have an opinion on that. So I do. I didn't like it. There, that was my opinion. Why do we need dust jackets? Shouldn't we have dust-resistant paper that Back to the Future 2 promised us by now? Dude, where's my flying cars is what I'm wondering about. Would love a Map My X post-Claremont Lee era. By the way, for those that have been asking, I think the first Map My X is going to be the first, or the return of Map My X segment, where my friends and I map out Omnis, Dream Omnis from Marvel Comics or DC Comics one day we'll do. But we map out mainly X-Men related Omnis. That will be back the first weekend in August. Oh, and my wife just reminded me to plug the Patreon. Yes, we do have a Patreon. It's an amazing way to support this channel couldn't make videos like this possible without you wonderful folks. So thank you all so much that joined and are part of the Patreon. And thank you, everybody that is watching. And let's keep going back to this. Blah, blah, blah. What is up, Omar? How's everyone doing? Blah, blah, blah. Doing all right, man. How are you? Hey, Omar, do you think the JLI Omni 1 and 2 is worth buying? How would you rate them? Oh, dude, Volume 1. Well, Volume 1 to me is like a 10 out of 10 book. I love that book. Volume 2 is probably an 8.5 out of 10. I love them. Volume 3, when it comes out, if it comes out, that's probably around an 8. Some good stories in there. And, you know, here's the thing about that era, is that a lot of people remember that era as being this hokey, fun era, but there's a lot of heart. And there's a lot of heartbreaking moments in those stories. I love that era. Weird question, Omar, but did your Star Wars Old Republic Omni smell bad? Love the book, but it's probably the worst smelling Omni I've ever bought. No. I'm trying to think of one omnibus that I remember telling Melanie, I'm like, come here and smell this. What was it? Oh, it was horrible. All right, now it's time to open up fan mail. By the way, we do have a P.O. box if you want to send us something. You can send it to Near Mint Condition, P.O. Box 1678, Versailles, Kentucky, 40383. And this is from my buddy Maddox. Or you can email us pictures if it's postage is expensive. I get it. But we love getting letters and things like that. Donations for giveaways, which we'll be doing another giveaway when we reach 50,000. This is awesome, dude. An awesome picture of Dead Man from my buddy Maddox. All right. Thank you so much, Maddox. That's going back here somewhere. Look for that in my upcoming videos. That's adorable. Or cool if that's what you were going for. Thank you, buddy. Or did you maybe read Sinister War #1? Really cool story. And in my opinion, end of run could bring us to what a lot of readers are waiting from the end of the JMS run, you say. Doctor Strange and Mephisto rules here. Huh. No, I've not read it yet. I usually keep up with that stuff through trade paperback. Dude, okay, wait. Smell like burnt cabbage and pickled dog hair. What did? Andrew, what was the book that you're talking about? 7 Soldiers was stanky. Okay. Thank you, Fano Shadow. Yep, but I am wrapping up today a little bit earlier. As soon as the wife comes back here with the kids, we are going to go to a convention. So, wait, NMC has a Patreon. We do have a Patreon. Our Patreon is up. You know what? I will post it. My wife's going to be so proud of me. I'll put it into the chat. There you go. Thank you so much. Yes. This is our Patreon. Near Mint Condition. That's easy. Just go to patreon.com and look for Near Mint Condition. We have different tiers there. I think I have one. We just opened up another slot for the Ask Me Anything. Not Ask Me Anything. I'm sorry. The one-on-one consultations. We opened up a couple more slots. So some people have joined in for that. I think we have one more left, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm trying to do a Ask Me Anything or a consultation that kind of it's a rotating one. So if you just want a one-time. What is your favorite Fantastic Four series? You know, I think, thank you for the super chat, by the way, Lombax. I think for me, Mark Wade and Mike Waringo's Fantastic Four is phenomenal. Second by John Burns, Fantastic Four. Tom DeFalco's third. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, fourth, and then fifth is probably the Hickman stuff. So look, you got 5 answers, man. But top one for me is Wade's. I loved it. At convention, take pictures, please. Video, please. Oh, I will be taking video. They're the ones that asked me to cover it. It's in our small town where my wife and I are from. So they asked me to come back and cover it. So, you know, it's the first convention we've been to in over a year, so I'm excited. Currently watching the new Space Jam in the background. This is painful. Why, man? Why? Chris Claremont FF. That was pretty good. That was a good return. And we got, what's her name from that? Valeria. What? Everyone tells me they hate Wade's run. What? Everyone hates Wade's run? Really? Oh, well, whatever. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, as wrong as it is. Really? Aliens Omnibus was stinky. Hey, Omar, what's the most impact? Oh! Bavarian Ref. Dude, I love this question. What's the most impactful final page cliffhanger that's always stuck with you? Oh, Lord. This is a hard question. This is such a good question, though. Jeez. I have to think about this because there are so many. For some stupid reason, and I mean stupid reason because I don't think this at all, but that final page of New Mutants 100, not even a crystal ball could have predicted the obvious or whatever he says. That stuck with me as a kid going, what does that mean? The House of X2 is a good one too. Oh, nah. Uncanny X-Men 132. My turn. That everything that I love comes from that. My turn. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you for that awesome question. Let me catch these super chats really quick. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for the super chat. Shouldn't there be more omnibuses on the Vertigo catalog? For example, I want a Rick Beck Swamp Thing omnibus. There is a lot of stuff from the catalog. Shade the Changing Man. There's a lot of things. I don't know how they decide to print them, though. What gets printed. And then the other interesting thing is that sometimes these rights belong to the creators for Vertigo titles. So the creators have the capability of taking it to another publisher and having them published over there. So, but thank you for the super chat. Can't you take us with you, Omar? You are more than welcome to come. Muy guapo, Omar. Muchas gracias, hermano. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Best Fantastic Four is the musical and the rest of oh, man. Omar, is it true your army building the HasLab Galactus? I am not. I have not kickstarted that. I missed out on the Sentinel. So if anybody watching has an extra Sentinel, holla at your boy. And by your boy, I mean me. Please. And by holla, I mean send me an email. Omar, if I sent you an issue of Alf, would you and Melanie sign it? Yes, of course we would. Even if it's Alf. Oh, my wife, somebody drew a picture of me. You know what? She'll show it the next stream we do. Omar, when are we getting restocks of Uncanny Omni Volumes 2 and 3? That's later this year through PRH. So those pre-orders should be coming up shortly. There should be a letter with it? There is a letter! Oh, Mad Boy, I'm sorry. I didn't see the letter. Okay. Dear Mr. Uncanny, here's the 4th drawing. I hope you like it. It's Deadman, if you cannot tell. I could tell. Please never stop making videos. They are the best ever. I started reading the Superman by Tomasi and Gleason Omnibus. It is very good so far. Thank you. Tell me if you want another drawing anytime. Goodbye. Please. P.S. When writing this, it is the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July. Oh, dude, this is so sweet. How could I stop making videos after getting this letter? You just saved the channel. I thought about canceling the channel, but Matt, my boy, Mad Boy here, he saved the channel. So y'all can thank him. Because I thought about ending the channel, but he said, don't ever stop. So thank you. Omar, Journey into Mystery 645 is part of the everything. Oh, okay. So it is part of the crossover. It ends both Gillen's run into Mystery and Fraction Store. I'll ask about that. HasLab Galactus is a thing of beauty. You're right, man. What was Kenneth asking? Will these Omnis come out next year? That an MCU movie or TV show is coming? How soon before a Black Panther Omnibus announcement? How soon before a Black Panther Omnibus announcement? I'll say by the end of the month, you might have your answer. Hey, babe. My wife just came here, so we got to get going. But she just wants to say hello.
Hi, we're going to go to the con.
So we are going to go to a convention. And
Bye.
I love you. I'll get ready here in a second. Let me wrap up. So, thank you everyone for being here. Even though we started early, please hit that like button. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments section. Check out our Patreon. Check out our spread shop. Great way to support the channel. I could not be doing videos without you all. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I always wonder why Marvel. Okay, super chat. Okay, Jimmy, thank you for super chat. I always wonder why Marvel is usually better at reprinting the material in omnibuses and trade collections, especially compared to DC. The easy answer for that is that Marvel prints 3-to-1 for DC Comics. Look at all the comics that Marvel solicits and look at how many DC solicits. Not hating on DC. I love DC. I wish DC would just print more, and that's probably part of the reason. The library that Marvel has given us for omnibus editions is insane compared to the library that we have from DC Comics. Even though they got started late in the game, they still have every right to print just as many as Marvel does. But can you imagine everybody's wallet if they did? Man, everybody would be broke. Have fun back in the real world. Oh, yeah. I'll find out if I have to wear a mask. We're all vaccinated, but, you know. But anyway, thank you all so much. Hit that like button on the way out. Much love, everybody. I know we'll be back. You know what I'll do? Yeah, I'll do a con footage tomorrow, probably. And then for people that are wondering about the videos, Giant Size X-Men will probably be out sometime tomorrow. Early look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles IDW Volume 13 and the Sonic by IDW hardcover collection. And then I'm going to do a Fantagraphics book, the Darkwing Duck. So, always take my mask with me, man. I don't leave home without it. Thank you. If we ever get a Silver Age Superman Omnis, goodbye, Wallace. That's right. Much love, everybody. Stay healthy. Stay safe out there. And please, wait, I already said that. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Much love. Bye.